welcome to the Assetto Corsa friends. We are just currently waiting for the server to get set up. It should be in practice very, very shortly. I'm joined here with Juan, and if you'd
Hello,
like,
hello everyone, and welcome to Macau. This is gonna be a really fun race, isn't it?
I hope so. The guys are awfully nervous about it, um, which I can't really blame them for, to be honest.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
what we'll
it's
do
gonna
is just,
be.
sorry, while we're just waiting for the guys to get themselves organised and the server to get up, because I'll just be launching in a practice session to start with, we will just have a quick look at the scores and where we are because as it stands, Josh is right out front with Ben Collins very close behind. But I don't think Ben Collins is actually racing today. I'll just have a look at the confirmed entries that we've got because it is a smaller grid as some drivers do have the fear.
Yeah, gonna be a really tough race, mostly because this car's not really designed to race on this kind of track. This is a really wide some parts, but really narrow when you get onto going up.
Yes,
Mostly it's gonna be really hard going at the hairpin. It's
yeah.
you have to. It's only one line. You
Yeah.
have to be really careful.
Now we've got there's a massive gap between Lipsaz and Ben Collins. Unfortunately for Flat James, he is out this week due to a broken toes, which is so horrendous. And we wish him the speediest of recoveries, and hopefully he's back driving as quickly as he was before. He has been driving with his left foot, so there's definitely a Disney film in that somewhere.
Yeah. It seems like Lipsius could just shorten the gap a little bit today. If he gets a good result, he could maybe have a chance at getting to a place this race, not the next one. He could shorten the gap. Same thing about Ben. He could shorten the gap if he were to race today. If he's not, it looks like Josh is gonna take it.
Yeah, yeah, it's really tight. I'm just trying to get loaded into the server just now. I think it should hopefully be this. Oh no, wrong password. So we'll try again. I probably jumped out their chat before getting that sorted, which was a schoolboy error.
Let's say he's racing. Oh, cool, cool, cool. Then we may have a chance at looking at a Battlefield third in championship. Well, sorry, first actually in
Yeah.
championship.
Well, Josh has already. They have already managed to secure the drivers' championship.
Oh,
So
yeah,
they
my bad.
are River Racing. They are
Yeah,
miles out front, and um, he is already
secure the championship.
secured
Yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
and so much so that he's put a new skin on his car. So when we get into the server, we shall have a wee look, and fingers crossed. Yes, it's loading this time. Hoorah! So we shall get ourselves in there. I'll get things organised with the screen because it keeps on putting my overlays back on as it should. But it's fine because it means when I actually go back and do a race, and say race very loosely because I am rubbish at the moment. And we shall go. Right. So hear the sounds in the background. Bear with us 2 seconds just while I turn some bits and pieces off, and then we shall be good to go. Because you don't need to see the helicorsa. Maybe you feel like you do. Maybe you want to see the helicorsa, see how close people are getting, but I don't think that is quite necessary. Right, and I'll make this nice and big so you can see it all. Right. And 2, 1. Ta-da! There we go. Hopefully it's all looking nice and pretty for everyone.
Streams looks fine.
We're all good. So this is us just in practice at the moment as we're going round. And you may even notice some little things round the track. Just little touches that one of my friends helped me out with today. So I'll leave the track up there. You can see where there's some really, really deadly corners coming round because it is just so tight. I think the widest parts of the track being round the back to the home straight, and then if the rest of it's just horse and cart. And if there's any problems with the sound or with the stream, then please let us know, as we'll try and rectify that as quickly as we can. Oh, perfect. Ben has said he's racing. Thank you very much, Coxie.
How's the commentator sounding? Hopefully you can hear me.
Hopefully you can hear his great tones. Things are looking all good at the moment. All good, yes. Yes!
Thank you.
That's
Thank
like the
you,
first
sir.
time that things have actually all worked at the first
Yeah.
roll of the dice. This is so happy. Right, so this is just practice. So we're not really expecting to see too much from the guys, just to try and keep things relatively clean. They have been practicing a lot. Josh has certainly been practicing a lot, as he's wanting to try and tie things up today. And you can just see how there's just no margin for error at all, and if you are fighting for position through here, it is just a recipe for the highlight reel. Yeah, Alan, I know it's a second to last race, but I think Josh has got it. This could be it. It's weird talking and having to reply to text. At least I'm actually keeping on top of it this time, see? Professional.
Yeah, people are just setting the lap times, checking if everything is alright. People are really need to practice this track because one major error at the top of the city could mean race over.
Yes.
Really. And not only for you as well. You can make a major pileup up there.
Yeah, that was definitely a concern for, well, even myself, just kind of looking at how tight things are and just, you know, what's going to happen. You know, there's just no rooms for anything.
Yeah.
I've actually just managed to find the corner name, so I'll try my best to keep up with what corner we're actually on, rather than just saying that corner, this corner. Trying to, like, the driver's taking it seriously today, so I think I should take it a bit more seriously today and try and get some pronunciations right. So we've already. There's some of the guys that will really be struggling, but I feel I'm getting better. I know that I had been seeing Curryine or something and I've been told it's Cur you're in, but it just sounds very Scottish to me because it's like the car you're in, so it's easy if I just think of that, use all that Scottish slang, because I'd already called Macau Macau. So I'll get more and more like Murray Walker every day. So I've been spending a bit of time watching Josh yesterday. As you can see, this is lovely new skin on his car. We'll get a good look at that. He was wanting some black and gold. I think it was kind of just struggling a wee bit with the gold, but off. And if not to rub salt into the wounds, he's already put the AF3 champions on the top.
Champion on the top, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, anyone else would say that was disgusting, but he's obviously very, very happy. And all credit to him, because he has driven very, very well through the season. With his teammate Lipsas as well, who has also helped elevate the team up there. As you know, it's not
Already
just
won the team championship. They're really, really far ahead.
yeah, but it's still a team. It is still a team.
Yep.
He couldn't have done it without Lipsas.
Yep.
No, he might have. We'll have a look now. Vinny's in the red there, so he might. Yeah, he's just contemplating life in that corner there, unfortunately. Oh, and a little tag there. Let's just forget that ever happened and just move on.
Just a reminder for everyone, if you're slow on the uphill and downhill, that won't really matter, really, because you can just block.
Yeah.
The track is so narrow, there won't really be a chance of overtaking, and if you're feeling pretty, daring, you could try the hairpin, but you would just ruin the race.
There are certain parts of the track that they've got a permanent yellow for the whole of the race, and I think the hairpin is
The
one of them.
hairpin is
The
one of them.
Melco
Yeah,
hairpin.
yeah, yeah.
So I think if somebody does make a move there, which I hope they don't, because if it is kind of a gentleman's agreement to a certain extent, but I think they would find themselves with a pretty harsh penalty at the end. Oh,
Yeah.
you can see how close that Hughes was getting towards the barriers there. And even going down the straight yesterday when I was having a shot round here, admittedly very, very poorly, I was bouncing off the barrier and rebounding across to the other side. So like, it was like the barriers were made out of rubber rather than metal.
Metal. Yeah. And you also have to be careful with the off-camber turns, the ones that you really have to trust in the car, that it can make it through the corner, because if not, you're gonna have a really bad time at the race. Really, you have to really trust this car around the track.
Yeah, just one of the guys just saying there's a wee bit of lag. Just hopefully it will stabilise just as it goes on. I think it might. If it doesn't improve, if it's watchable as it is, then just let me know. If it gets to a horrible point, then obviously we'll need to restart the stream, but hopefully it'll be enough as it is.
Stream's looking fine. Looking at right now, it's looking all dandy. Not any drop. It's looking really, really good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We've got 6 viewers at the moment, so it's before 9 o'clock, so it's not quite the watershed moment. Oh, I feel nervous for the drivers today. It's just.
Me too.
Oh,
Yep.
oh, Ben's put in a 234. I think Josh was hoping to get into the 232s.
Yeah, I think he wanted to get into 232s, but it's gonna be a challenge today.
Yeah.
Because with all the nervousness that people are gonna have, the tension that you will have, because it's the race, it's not a practice. You cannot just go back to the pits instantly and retry. You have to be really careful. You have to pay attention to everything around you. You just have to concentrate.
And we do have Ren out on track now. He was taking his time before coming out. Oh, and a big slap from
Into the wall.
Kerryon. Just keep up with Ren as he's going round, as I've not seen him set a time yet, even in the practice. So it'll be interesting to see who gets on with the Seat. I think Charles yesterday was saying that he thought the Hyundai had a slightly better turn-in, so it should suit the the car a little bit better around here, and hopefully Vinny will be able to set a decent time as well, as I am his biggest fan.
Oh, well, everyone will be able to perform at their best because we get to see that we're gonna get a treat of a race. We're gonna get some really good racing track that really does not scream of awful racing. You know?
It's a big test. I said that to Josh as well, to actually choose this race, and he did say it was a driver's choice. So I think unless somebody was trolling, then but it should be good. It should be good. The last 3 races have been really good, really tight. There's only been a couple of knocks which have been sorted out, and no major penalties. Nobody getting the sort of ban hammer thrown at them or anything like that. So it's been really decent. Oh, the Melco hairpin is absolutely punishing.
The race, the races the last races actually were really good. For example, the one at Ball, we didn't get to see that much action, but it was really packed. There were fights actually all over the place
Yeah.
from the first place. Actually, even the fight for 8th place as well. We also got to see the 3rd place actually catching up to the leaders at that race and seeing how the battle was traveling through the race. And we
That's
got
it.
to see a end that was really climactic.
And we've got the eagle eye of Alan, who's been keeping an eye on the grip levels. So he's said it started at 97%. It is at 99% now. So we should be seeing some much faster times. As that's Josh predicted a 2:33, which could be setting him up for a nice sort of qualifying session. So we've got a sneaky little Hyundai there in front of him. Just getting out the way as he does just squeak into the 2:33s. And that's Vinny just cruising along behind him.
This will be the last lap for both of them.
Yeah, just a minute left. As Josh has had an incredible crash.
Let's hope we don't see that in the race, really.
I think, yeah, I mean, it would certainly extend things. I don't know if it would be enough to really cause great damage to these championship hopes.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing is the drivers that are further back, if they can keep their noses clean, and just like you said, just hold the other drivers up, then it could be quite a spicy one because there's not really anywhere to attack cleanly, or there would have to be a huge amount of respect on both sides to allow a driver through.
Yeah, that's the key word, cleanly. That's gonna be the key word for this race. Apart from the last sector, the main straight, there is not really that much opportunities to overtake.
Yeah.
But if you really wanna go to the inside or the outside, if you really wanna there, you just have to do it. If you're gonna do it, just do it because if you pull out, you might have a chance of going into the wall, or even worse, going to your opponent.
That's the end of free practice, so the guys will just be finishing off the laps that they're on and heading back to the pits. As Vinny's skipping round the hairpin, I tell you what, that worked for him. Not got a handbrake, but somehow managing to handbrake round.
That just seems to be lucky.
I think that's Kuntas just behind him as well. Yeah, it will be. Yeah, so here comes Vinny and Kuntas just to finish their laps. And then Zeif is just finished. He's still out on track, so he'll be heading back to pits. And that's it. Free practice done. So,
Qualifying.
a couple of spills, but nothing too much. Obviously make a huge difference when the rest of the cars are out on track.
Well, as we felt,
Yeah.
as we said before, this is gonna be a real battle of attrition. This is gonna be a battle of keeping it your nose clean, as I said before.
Yeah, definitely. Just put the scoreboard back up there again, just for everyone to have a look at. Like I said, it's probably just, mind you, Collins could still keep in with a contention, because it is a what 151 to 139. Yeah, so there's always a chance. I mean, Josh could have an absolute horror today, and Ben could just plod along, keep his nose clean.
He might have a chance. No, I mean, now.
So it's just about to get back underway, so we shall
Hey
return
Danny.
back to the.
Hey Danny. Danny just showed up in the chat.
Hi Danny, can you hear us?
Yeah, how's it sound? How does it sound?
I can't hear you, Danny. Oh no, he's not there. Oh, I didn't realise it was a text chat. I thought he jumped into the thing. Right, I'll turn down the engine sound slightly, Danny. Hopefully it'll be alright.
Thanks for the feedback. Oh, there's already a crash. Going into turn 3.
I think with everyone being out at the same time, it's just a bit.
They're gonna be out as possible, really.
Is that any better? Thanks, Crab. Scottish man's voice still a little low. Is that any better? Much better. Perfect. Do you just want to give a little bit of noise? Go on. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm just watching now
Oh,
that.
yeah, I just saw that as well.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, that's gonna be the
Well, if
first
you came for
race.
Carnage, you tuned in at
Yeah.
the right time.
What a time! What timing is that?
What a time to be alive. As Josh is just escaping around cleanly there. What we'll do
Yeah,
is we'll just.
people seem to get now into the hairpin. The first people to have gone out.
Yeah, we'll just jump on board with Josh here as he takes a lap. I'm assuming this could still be his out lap. Yeah, must be his
Yeah,
out
this
lap.
is still only the out lap. Just show you how long this lap really is.
It does look like Zeif's behind him as well. So we should be seeing some interesting times from both of them. There's the track grip now is at 100%, so things should be pretty hot for them to go. Good track temperature. It's just coming over the start finish line now.
He be able to keep it flat at turn 2. Some people dare not to do it. Some people will do it and actually are doing it. But yep, Tommy keeps it. Oh, sorry, Josh. My bad.
Oh, that's alright. It just gives me anxiety even just watching this inside the car. really nice and tidy through there as well.
Really, really edging to the wall.
So this is coming up through to Maternity Corner. And then on to Teddy Yip. I hope this is the right the right track guide through the Solitude S's. Which is quite a
All
long
clean right
section.
now. Looking really, really clean.
Now it looks like Zeif's had a wee bump behind him, so he'll just be continuing on. He probably didn't see that. He'll be focusing forward through Payol. I think everybody knows the YouTube videos where there's the GT3 had their crash.
Yeah, that massive crash that happened here.
Yeah.
Just immense because it was at turn 3, if I remember correctly, passing through turn 3 into the right hander, and just a total pile up there.
Yeah. It's really tidy
Really, really
through
clean from Josh
Melco.
into the hairpin.
So we're just staying quiet because we're so nervous for him. We don't want to say anything.
Yeah.
We don't want to just give that commentator's curse. He's predicted a really, really hot lap here as well.
This might be the first 33 or even a 32. And what's it gonna be?
Oh, a low 33, so there is a chance that we might see a little bit faster than that.
33
Zaifi with a 34. And we'll just have a wee skip down through the field. So we'll just go for Killian. Unfortunately, just clicking onto him as he's had a mischief. Jet on Fire having a... I think he had a wee spin earlier on, so he's just going back out again. I predicted 237. Collins right far down as he's just been passed there, so he'll be looking to get a quick turn round. Finney going fourth with a 240, which...
Nothing really. And here come Alexander with a
Yeah.
235.
And the thing is, you
So,
can feet fast for one lap, but it's keeping it consistent for half an hour. That's the real tough ask of anybody.
Josh seems to be on another good lap.
Oh, and is that Josh? No, that's the other
No.
Hyundai.
Yep. That seems to be
Oh,
the Hyundai.
in fact, they're all the Hyundais have spun.
Another crash for the Hyundai.
Right, okay. We'll keep an eye on Collins because he has been pretty tasty in the practice.
Jet on Fires and his lap time 236.167.
This is him on his out lap, so we'll just go and have a wee look around just to see how other guys are getting on. You can see around the track there has been little added on Assetto Friends banners just for today. My good friends Mike, who will hopefully be watching the stream, helping us out.
So, Alexander going through the second section now, down his best at the first sector. Sorry. Here comes Josh Brook at the 9. That's at 232.963.
Yeah, just pushing fast and Zeif's trying to keep up with them as well.
Yep. Will Seif improve? And Josh gone to the pits.
Yeah, I think that's wise. Jet on fire now into fourth. And Collins, I don't think he's completed a lap, so we'll see how he gets on going over, because I think
Oh,
he's beyond his...
Kundash with a 2:35.4, going to third place.
I'm just wondering whether or not Collins's timing's out, or if this is his out lap. I'm thinking that he's already had his out lap, but I could be wrong. It does happen.
Yeah, I think the lap time he said. Oh, here comes Alexander Dubois improving his
Into
best with a
third.
2:35.2.
No, that
But it
was
seems-
his out lap. So Collins now on his fastest lap, or hopefully his fastest lap.
Yeah.
And we'll just ride on board with him through the second turn.
Oh, there's a crash at the hill from Saif.
Oh well. Hopefully it'll not hold anyone up. The drivers are maintaining sort of some comms through this race just to make people aware if there's been any crashes, and they're also running just with the sector locations on, so if there is a crash, then hopefully that will be enough time to just kind of give each other a warning. Obviously crashes are exciting. I mean, it's like watching IndyCar. You don't like, I mean, you love that. Oh, Collins just making a wee bit of a mistake there and just catching the wall. He'll probably still want to go and get this time in, and hopefully there's not too much damage there. As it stands, there's some faster drivers further down the line.
Yeah, everyone seems to be getting into their times. Still really far from Josh, who has almost a second lead to the second place. But the gap really is between the second and third, which is a 2-second gap.
Yeah, there's a huge discrepancy between the times. Yeah, I think you can kind of see where the battles will be at the moment. I think there should be quite a decent battle for third.
But then now to the fastest lap he can manage, because the other one he crashed. We might see him trying to beat Josh times.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna be really tough.
I'm sure Charles can run faster as well. I think he was a hell of a lot faster than me when I was practicing or having a wee shot yesterday. Oh, what's happened here?
What just happened? Did it restart the session?
Qualifying's been restarted. Okay. There must have been something that's happened with the server or something there.
Yep.
Do you want to jump off and just find out what happened?
Yeah, let me check.
Yeah, just jump into the team speak and just ask. There we go, the beauties of having a co-commentator. We can actually find out some information as we go. So just as we wait, Zaif nipping out the pits in front of everyone to try and get a good run at it. NX Power, there's still lots of time. They've just restarted the qualifying sessions. We're off just trying to find out what happened, and we'll hopefully have some news or some information on that shortly.
Hello. I just came back from talking with them. They don't know either. The server just restarted the session by itself, it looks like.
Ah, okay. So a ghost in the shell. Obviously not happy with Josh's 232, so that has been wiped from the record. It never happened. So will he be able to do it again? The lucky thing is it has maintained the track grip levels up at 100%, so the guys are pretty lucky.
Yeah. it looks like they're gonna be able to be at their fastest.
There's somebody's screaming admin abuse. Unfortunately, Josh is an admin, so he's kind of shot himself in the foot with that one. Unless he's just super sandbagging.
That would be the ultimate sandbagging, just restart the qualifying just for the giggles.
So at least that wasn't at our end. That's what I was worried about when you see something like that. I'm like, oh, what have I done?
Yeah, I just suppose you just disconnected or the stream or the server just went down. Oh, and there's a massive crash from Kurgan. Oh, sorry, did I pronounce it bad?
It's Keruen.
Kurgan, okay. So yeah, a bit tap onto the wall, coming out of turn 4.
I'm just trying to get there. I take it just bounced off and kept going again.
Yep.
There you go, just the guys getting round just from the pits, nobody on a hot lap yet.
Yeah, Scythe seems to be getting into his hot lap now. Just crossed the finish line.
Yep, so we'll jump on board with him, see what sort of chops he's got for this.
Behind there are coming Jet on Fire, Kuntash and Ben.
I think Ben will be quite relieved that the qualifying had restarted as well. So tight to those walls. And he's just...
Okay, just take a look at the chat. Just
I'll have a wee look at the chat just now. If you want to just ride on board with Zyphy and just let them know. Yeah. I'm actually quite surprised that we got a decent sized grid for this. The next question is, who's taking on bets on how many are going to finish? It should be all of
Yeah.
them. It should be all of them. But hopefully we'll not see any rage quits today, but it could definitely be on the cards.
yeah, we should expect people to more than 10 people actually to finish the race. If not, it's not really gonna be a race
That's-
per se with some little cars, you know, with a track this big.
Yeah. Oh, 3 DNF. That's quite a sensible. That's a good conservative one.
Yeah. Saif and Jetufai just crossed the hairpin. They're heading down to the straight beds, the really wide places now. Also Kuntash following behind them.
Yeah, Zyf just coming up just to the penultimate
Last corner.
corner. As he crosses the line, they still put him in first place at the moment. Provisional pole.
33.735 and a 234 from Kuntash, passing
just-
Jet on Fire.
And Ben into second place.
And Ben, yeah, Ben second place now, 233.745, just 10 milliseconds of Scythe there.
Oof, and things have gone horribly there. Right, the draw distance was obviously a problem, so sorry if you were watching it on the stream. Oh, there's absolutely nothing between first and second, but we're still waiting for Josh to come round and ruin everyone's day. As he's just trundling round like a viper. Just waiting to strike.
Yeah, he's coming up now into the last corner,
Yep.
just waiting to people in front of it and the back to have a decent gap.
Yeah, now we've got Charles being relatively closely followed by Danner. These guys will be hoping to stay out each other's way as they're qualifying. Both of them entitled to go for the fast lap.
Well, it goes a bit wide.
That was Josh on his fastest lap now as well, or fast lap run.
Big tap,
Oh,
little
Davos.
taps onto the wall.
Davos up
Here
into
comes.
fourth.
Yep, Dubois to fourth.
And Dalby
Simon
in
Dalby
ninth.
just set his lap to 41.111.
Oof. So close to the barrier for Charles.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be his best because he had some little taps into the wall at the first part of the uphill.
Yeah,
It doesn't look like he's gonna really improve, but I might be wrong.
it's it's so fine just trying to keep that balance through the track. It's so easy just to kind of lose that rhythm and not really know where things are going. Now, I did see Vinny behind him as well. He's on a 253 predicted at the moment, but it might just be because he's been running a slower sector. I did see Charles, it looks like he's clipped the wall again.
Sives
We've
coming up
got
to the main straight. Let's see which sort of lap time he can get now. And he doesn't improve. It's a 234.0.
yeah. Now the timings, because the guys have kind of been in and out the pits, the predicted time is slightly off there at the
And here
moment as
comes
Collins gets in
Ben.
a first provisional pole. Oh, Josh just clipping the wall a bit there.
Ren up now up to 5th with a 235.125.
Things looking pretty decent up the top. The times are actually a lot closer, so I think I'm quite happy that we've actually had another shot
Yeah.
at qualifying just now, because it has brought things a lot nearer.
Yeah, it looks like the grid level going up to 100 has really helped other people
Yeah,
get into their own lap times, because before the gap from second to third was really big. Now it's just down to up to 6th.
yeah.
Now
Vinny on
Charles
a
Leclerc.
decent lap at the moment, up in 8th position. He'll be very happy with that at the moment as he just gets pushed down into 9th, but
Yeah. Togwa just set his lap time 237.177. And here comes
Josh,
Josh.
oh, into 3rd. It'd be interesting if Josh starts further back, because it will make things quite exciting, because he is really fast round here.
Yeah, no one really going to the 232s like before with Josh. Josh is to be 1 second away from
They're
his best.
they're much closer though. They're closer than they were before.
Yeah. Simon Dalby just
Yeah.
set his best lap time 239.8. Just overtook Charles.
Lantern just struggling a wee bit to set a time, but hopefully he'll be able to represent Charged coming round here and get a decent time in.
Yep, coming through now into the third sector. Fast corners.
That's it. Ben just slightly off his best time. It depends. He could still
Only
make up a
seems to
little
be
bit of time on the
pushing.
last thing. As Kuntash is, I don't quite know. Anyway, now is Ben just going to get a...
241.8 for Lantern. Had some taps onto the wall.
And he could be up coming out the last corner. No, he's just slightly down now. There's just 4 minutes left to qualifying. Things could change. As Josh's time is looking a little bit better. He'll be pushing really hard for the 32. Show that he can do it again. And it wasn't just a fluke. Which I don't think it is. This boy has been practicing on this track constantly.
Yeah, it seems like Charles and Daniel are just... Daniel is trailing now Charles Leclerc, following him through the last turns right now.
That's
Going
it.
to
Now,
the main straight.
the time that he would put in would put him on provisional pole. And
Let's
it's
see
only the
what
last
Josh
corner.
is able to. Danny just improved. Let's see about Josh, who's coming up now to the last turn.
Oh, there's not much in it. Is it enough? Oh,
It is enough.
just.
Just enough. 2:33.306, just 42 milliseconds above Ben Collins' best lap time.
That's it. Zyphi's got the fastest first sector at the moment. So hopefully that'll be enough. Oh, he must have had a wee bit of a wiggle somewhere as he's down 1.2 into the second sector. Only 2 minutes or 2.5 minutes remaining. There's still chance for the guys to put in probably another 2 laps or finish the lap they're on in another one.
So just came across the finish line. We'll be able to get a second lap after this one.
Oh, we've got Lipsas in the chat as well. Congratulations on the Constructors' Championship, sir. Right.
Seems to have improved through the second sector. Let's see if we can pull it now, the third sector.
I think Collins is going to stay out and just keep pushing.
Yep, I'm at a 30 at the clock.
I just want to see how Lantern's doing. Oh, he's had a horrible second sector.
Yeah, 2:34 for Ben.
That's it. As Josh is still out, he's lost half a second through sector 2. Collins looking like he's got some clear track in front of him, so we'll jump on
Josh
board
got
with
a
him.
little bit of traffic.
You can see he's steering down through the track. You can see it, oh, rubbing the wall slightly, but I don't think it's cost them much. So close. And he's up nearly 0.3.
And
Pushing super hard here. Could this be enough to knock Josh off pole?
Josh now into his last lap. He has to pull it now if he wants a gap.
If there's cars in front of him, he will be struggling. Collins just losing a little bit of time, just a little bit of rubbing, but he's still on for a good lap. As we're just coming through another couple of... Oh, I say another tight corner, they're all tight corners here. Still got a good drive, there could still be a chance as he set his own personal best through sector 2.
So far up to Seth with a 2:34.9.
He's just got to keep it nice and tidy through Melco. And he's up. I mean, it's really going to be tight. It's down to the wire.
Josh is also improving, so we have to be careful about that.
Well, I think Ben is trying to keep Josh really honest today. As he's coming around the final turn. Oh, so close to the wall again! And we've got a new provisional pole.
33.23, but Josh is also improving, coming through. Now onto almost last sector, still through the second sector.
And he's just down very, very slightly in the second sector.
Will it be enough though?
Such tight margins.
Coming now down to the hairpin.
You see how wide he's taken that hairpin? Oh! Last corner, it's... I honestly don't know.
Yeah, this is going to be down to the wire.
Could it be coming around the last corner? He needs to get this perfect.
He gets this perfect, he might have
Oh,
a chance of being first. Doesn't look that right.
It's looking like he's got it.
Does he have it? Coming up now to the line.
Just. Oh,
Wow. Just a tenth above. 233.13 sets.
yeah. I wonder if he's going to reset the server again. So we've got Davios coming over the line. Not doing any better. Ren not having a great qualifying, but hopefully this will be a bit better. So no improvements there.
That's it.
And that's
Just
it.
took it.
That's it all done and dusted.
Yep.
So the guy's been able to get some decent times in there. Josh with an exceptional pole lap. So we'll just have a wee scan down the pit lane as we get ready for the race start, as we can just look at the glorious skins, as we've got only this race and Nordschleife next week before the end of the AF3 season.
It's really impressive how Josh and Ben
And
have been able to be down to the wire, just 98 milliseconds of each other on a track that's so difficult to perfect, really. So difficult to have a really good, lap around. And it looks like a top four are within 1 second, which looks really much better than other the other qualifying session. Apart from that, from top three we have Countach, Daniel, Dubois, Jet on Fire, Renrop, Sogwa, Bisset, Charles Leclerc, Simo Dalby, Jack Lanta, and Kurgan rounding up the grid.
That's it. I had no idea that it was. Oh, there we go. That's us going to the grid. We'll be able to make the most of this opportunity to have some sort of drone flyover, if I can manage to get the controls right. There we go. It's a little ropey. Right, so Josh first, Ben second, Zeif in third. This will be Flat Earth Mum will be watching this going, what is this absolute amateur doing? Well, this amateur's trying to do his best. Kuntash in fourth, with Danner in fifth, Alexandra in sixth, followed by Jet on Fire. As the lights come on, we don't have much longer to go. Rain. Oh, lights ready to go out.
5, 6. Away we go. Going to the first turn.
And
Ben
it's all looking,
protects from third.
the two alphas getting in a wee bit of a mess there. Things looking not too bad though. Oh, we've got a spinner. Huge accident.
Huge crash behind.
And
Jack
that's Lantern
Lantern.
as well. I'm just going to switch cameras.
Lantern, Simo Dalby, and Renrab have been the worst case there. They suffered the most.
As there's a wee tag just behind. I think that was Danner just catching Davos into the wall.
Yeah, both Countach and Dubois just passed Daniel.
Oh,
Might
a
look like
wee
he had a touch.
Punterino up the back there from Jet on Fire.
And then he had the massive run into the wall.
So his Collins is all over the back of Josh there. I think this could be quite an interesting battle if Josh can keep the mindset and just keep his race clean for the remaining 28 and a half minutes. But it just takes such focus to do it. Now, there will be stuff happening further back. We will try our best to keep up with what's going on. As somebody is just going into the wall. Yep, Charles there, dropping down, and Kiryu in.
And had a massive crash.
As
What
Vinny's gained a
happened to
couple
him?
of places, up into 10th. Jet on Fire dropping back a little bit from Zaif. But he's doing the same approach as Josh, just taking that hairpin really, really wide and just trying to get as much drive as possible. And it has allowed the gap to close up very slightly. Will be interesting to see how Collins does. He's still staying with Josh, he's not letting him out of his sights.
Yep, Saif meanwhile having some followers down behind him with Jet on Fire, Countach. The near that just passed Dubois.
I just saw that happening on the points there, but I am trying
Oh,
to keep an
Countach had
eye
a
on...
hit to the wall. He
Oh,
had a bad run out to the last corner.
and the gap is closing on first place. Is Collins going to make a move? It does look like it. They're side by side into the second corner. Oh, so close to
Goes
the
through.
wall! As we're looking further
Well,
back at
will
everyone
Josh
coming
come
around.
back? He
Oh,
does
and there's
come back.
shenanigans at the back. Looked like Danner just went from the inside and caught. We will have a wee look at that after the race.
Seems like we had a crash down behind.
Yeah. And the people that are watching, we will stay on for a little bit after this is finished, and you're welcome to just make a note of anything that you've seen if you want us to have a wee look there again.
Yeah.
Obviously there's the start that we'll run through.
Yeah. Since that Saif has been able to close the gap to Collins, meanwhile Jet on Fire falling close behind Saif. Apart from Dubois, who just had a big large of gap that just been built. So it looks like it's gonna be a 1-2 battle and a
Yeah.
third and fourth battle.
And it looks like Dalby's caught up a little bit on Vinny. There's nothing really between these cars, and all it takes is just such a tiny mistake, and that'll just be their race either over or certainly hindered. As Ren is absolutely flying up behind Dalby there. This is just a terrible, terrible part of the track to try and get by somebody.
Yeah, he seems to be really, really fast. He's trying to get the places back as fast as possible. Since I think he was involved at that massive crash, the first lap.
And that's Collins pushing Josh round the hairpin there. And while this is all happening, it does look like Zeif's actually closing in on Collins as well. It's all happening up front. Jet on Fire not far away from those guys as well, so if anything happens... Oh, as Josh goes wide and clips the wall, he's defending his line.
Got too much momentum
That's
for,
it, they're
for him to
trading
defend.
some door handle paint there. Collins doing well to keep that
And he hits the
inside line.
inside. Saif is gonna have a run on Brooks and Josh
And
now.
yeah. Zaif setting the fastest lap so far.
Too wide down to first turn. Saif does not hold it.
Yeah, I think he's possibly just backed out a bit, but you can see Collins is just trying to extend his lead. Oh, he was lucky to get away with that there. Zaif hitting the wall very hard.
Then he seems to be really close to Togwa right here. Yeah, he's looking into getting to the third turn. Not around the inside. Oh, the switch back into the inside and goes inside to Togwa. To the third turn, he's gone through.
Oh, and
through.
he's got the run back on him again. Oh,
Oh,
door was
no.
closed. Two Hyundai's out.
Charles goes through with a
and I
crash,
think-
and Renrob just no.
Oh.
No.
Absolute carnage.
Togwa went for a gap that he saw, but the gap closed.
I think you'll
Punted
need to,
Daniel into the wall.
It's a tough one with it being such a tight corner.
Yeah.
There's just, if you've got somebody on your inside, then you know it's. We'll need to have another look at that as well. So far, quite a lot to look at. Lots of highlights for them to cut together.
Looks like it's gonna be the whole race since if we are gonna
Yeah.
keep up this pace, really.
It
Oh,
would,
and Dalby just ran into the wall. He's going too wide with Danier. Danier at the outside,
that's it.
and he goes through. Now
Oh,
Renrab is just gone through as well with a little punt.
I think they've done quite well to get through there but not causing too much in the way of shenanigans. Vinny now up into 8th position, doing really, really well and chasing down Charles. Charles, who can actually get round here pretty quick when he hooks it all up. Which is probably one of the silliest things to say, because if I had driven really well and hooked everything up, then of course you'd be fast, but
Yep.
it never happens.
Yep. Josh now had a little error, so he has a big gap to Collins, just a second. Now Saif closing in at 9/10 with Jet on Fire just falling back close with 9/10 as well to Saif
That's it.
as
Jet on
they come
Fire setting
through.
a much faster lap than Zaif as well.
Yep. Ben just set up 234.7. I just set a 35.3. Meanwhile Saif with a 66.1.
And the top 6 all running relatively similar times at the moment. And then the guys, I think the guys further back are just kind of getting tangled up with each other now and again, so that is what's costing them. As everyone's kind of around about, as Dalby is closing up on Ren. I think he's just coming up to one of the tighter sections of the track. Yeah, Ren's just pulling away from him there after that last corner. As Josh is now closing the gap just very, very slightly on Collins.
Yeah, it seems to be that at the start of the hill,
Yeah.
he's able to claw back some tenths down there. Will he be able to keep up this momentum and into the downhill and keep gaining on Ben? A little tap to the wall.
Jet on Fire now closing up on Zaif. Oh, really late on the brakes. Really late on the brakes now. We'll have a wee look through here just to get those sweats.
So close now. If Sainz commits an error, he might pull Jet on Fire with him into the error.
That's definitely one of the things that you've got to be thinking about coming around here, is just you might drive perfectly, but you could quite easily just catch another car and have no time to react. But the guys out front are all keeping pretty decent at the moment. Oh, his Jet on Fire just clips the inside of the hairpin there. Which is really, really easy done, just trying to take that as tight as possible, but unfortunately that time just a bit too tight.
Yeah, Josh now 2 tenths down. Last time he went through this part of the track. Now 3 tenths down.
But he is closing up on Collins though. He's closed up to within half a second.
Yep.
I think he's
Going
just trying
to
squeeze as much out of the corners as he can.
He might have a run now to the straights.
And we've just had Lantern down into last place. It looks like he's had a real bad one.
Josh just set the fastest lap, 33.5, within qualifying pace. And Towa seems to have a problem. He crashed. Towa has just crashed.
Oh, and he's trying to 3-point turn, which is absolutely terrifying. And he is back underway, and thankfully not collecting any other drivers in the process. So we can all thank all the folk upstairs for that one.
Yeah. It looks like everything's settling down. The gaps are being widened now. It's just first and second being in a little pack themselves. Saif now a little bit on his own, sorry.
Vinny now. Oh, and we've had a spinner at the second corner. Danner's gone out.
Yeah, Danner had a...
Oh, and Charles locking up and going off. I don't think Vinny caught him, but we'll definitely have a wee look at that.
Then he's going down back again. What happened to him?
It looked like Charles just locked up his back and lost control, but we will have a wee scan of that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Josh now 5 tenths of Collins down through the really hard section. Yeah, it looks like he can really claw back time going start of the uphill, but meanwhile another part of the track, or maybe he's just studying him. We don't know.
So I was just having a wee look back through some of the chat there, and it's just it'll be interesting to see how Zeif messes it up this time. What a shame. He's driving really well at the moment. You can't wish that upon him. But then, now that I've said that, it could just be the commentator's curse. So,
Yeah.
oh no. So thanks for tuning in. This is our tight race at Macau. And things are, as you'd expect, pretty tense. It's
Red
not
Rock
something
now
that we
really
can
close
relax.
to Charles. Yeah, now really close to Charles on the going down to the hairpin.
Yeah,
Ooh, and they almost
I
touch.
think they did touch there, unfortunately. Ren just not finding a good rhythm today.
What happened to Kurdian? He just dropped back. Yeah, just got overtaken by Lance and
Yeah, he must have
and
spun
also
out. Oh, he's
Danilo has
bouncing
gone
off
through as well.
everything there. As we've got, yeah, Charles has still got Vinny in sight. Vinny getting a 3-second lead over him. Just trying to get
Well,
that distance there, because Ren, if he gets past Charles quickly, he will try and hunt down Vinny. And just
they're
like that.
going to the first turn. Be careful.
Oh,
And he makes it.
Charles. Yeah, good overtake.
Just now, Ben Collins just set his personal best with a 34 flat, compared to Charles' last lap, which was a 34.2. Seems to be widening up the gap, even though there's still 6 tenths between them.
Yeah, I think there's just certain parts of the track that Collins is just nailing and Josh is just not quite there. But we do know that he's super quick round here, and then if he does
Yeah.
start hitting the 32s, it's all about just finding a pace. Oh, as he's having a wee look up the inside there. We'll just jump
Yeah,
on board with Josh and just see how focused you've got to be going round here.
it looks like Ben's car, his Volkswagen. They're both Volkswagen actually. No, sorry. Volkswagen seems to have a little bit more top speed than the Hyundai
I think
going through the straight.
I think just getting through the corners, the Hyundai is just got a little bit more rotation on it, so it's just allowing them just to get
If you look,
super close.
Ben just goes a bit wider than Brooks, really.
Yeah, and this is just where the Golf just starts pulling away a wee bit.
Yeah.
But
meanwhile, at the back, Jet on Fire closing up on Saif.
And that is us just halfway through here. As we've got Collins in first, Brooks second, Saif third, Jet on Fire fourth, Kuntash
Saif
fifth.
had a top on the wall.
And we are just on
Looking
board
around the
with Jet on Fire
outside.
at the moment, as he is just trying to squeeze by. It's going to be really tough coming into the final turn as we lose sight and then regain. Now we're going wider. I wonder if he's got a run here on Zeif.
He might have a run down to second and third straight.
It does look like that Peugeot has just got just a little bit more legs than the Civic. If he takes that inside line into here, it could spell disaster.
Just not.
Oh, God, you can just see it getting a little bit wiggly through there.
Will he dive down the inside of the turn 3?
Oh, Zeif's closed that
it.
door. But this could be costly as well.
Going around the outside, he has a gap there. He sticks it.
This is incredible. Oh, no, they've done well to keep it going. I think that's a racing incident at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, another tap.
Oh, and he's getting it all kind of sideways, and he's still managing to retain. Oh, that's just.
Oh, wow. That just. He's just letting his teeth out now,
Yeah.
really. He's just trying to get his club into the Civic's back.
Yep. That's definitely touring cars now. There we go, as we're just coming through 13 minutes remaining here. And we're just watching the battle for third place at the moment. As Jet on Fire just trying to find any way around by hook or by
Yeah.
crook. And he's caught the back end.
Rembrandt just gone through Bisset.
I think they'll definitely want to have a look at that one at the end.
What happened to Darby? Darby had something happened to Darby, and Darby has
and
crashed.
he's facing the wrong way.
Be careful when rejoining.
I think he's doing quite a decent thing, just getting off the racing line to turn round.
Yeah.
And he's back going again.
Meanwhile, while we're talking, Josh now 4/10 of Collins.
Yeah, he's much closer on the straight this time.
Well, I
And
don't
it
think
does
he
look
can
like he's
close the
gaining
gap.
on him.
Yeah, the Volkswagen has much more top speed.
It might just be enough to keep up with him and maybe just make a outbreak him into the third corner down into Hotel Lisboa. Honestly, this makes me so nervous. We'll have a wee ride on board with Josh.
He seems to be closing the gap. Just be careful through here. He might have a look around the inside.
Closing. I think Collins is going to close that inside line. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Josh is going through.
Will he stick it?
This is... Collins not giving him any space, and he's held it. He's held the first position. Collins
Josh had a little tap into the wall inside, yeah, but he left enough room going through. That's just
no quarter given, and just as that was happening, we've got Saif moved it back up into third position.
Jet on Fire holds around the outside, has a tap into the wall.
Jet on Fire again not happy about losing that position, so he'll be looking to try and get back. While that's going on though, it's allowing Kuntash to come back up to catch up. As
a massive
Jet
crash.
on Fire has just had a massive wipeout. Hopefully Kuntash gets through there. It looks like he's through. Jet on Fire just back underway now.
Looks like he has some big damage now.
Yeah, I think he'll just need to keep a couple of big deep breaths and just get on with it.
Yeah.
Just try and calm down and hopefully keep running okay.
Apart from that, everything looks to be have been settled. Not anyone apart from Collins and Brooks are nowhere near within 1 second.
And we've just got Josh still really pushing hard. He was...
Yeah, as you said before, Saif and Jetofy has some... Oh, and Kuntash crashed. Kunta has crashed.
Has he just gone straight on at the corner there? Yes, he has.
Yeah.
Oh, what a nightmare.
Yeah, bad turn to crash as well.
And that's allowed Jet on Fire and Davos back through, dropping him down into 6th place.
Might have a discussion about Saif and Jetofy battle through the first turns, since it wasn't that clean really.
Yeah, I think it was lap... Oh, Josh getting so close to Collins there in the last corner. Is he going to have another go at it?
Looks like it. The gap before was wider, come through the straight. But I don't think he's going to go through here, or is it? Going around the outside.
It might give him a better run. He might be able to just carry the speed down into the Hotel Lisboa's corner.
Oh, and
they're both out! Oh, that's horrendous.
Josh is waiting for him. Josh is waiting for him.
Oh, this is what we like to see.
Yeah. Just feels bad for Collins. Josh is waiting for him. What a gentleman.
He's not waiting that much.
He doesn't want Saif to close up that much. Yeah, but still.
Oh, the guys were racing so closely. Like I say, hopefully Collins hasn't got too much damage on his car there.
Yeah, he lets him through.
It does look like he's letting him through.
What a gentleman.
There you go, guys. This is what we all make mistakes, but as long as you take it on the chin and get back, and hopefully I'll not hitting them again. Or you may think
Wow.
differently, and shame on you. As we can see, the gaps now between all the cars are getting much, much bigger. As
Yeah.
everyone's just kind of finding their own
Safe,
free air.
safe close in, but not that much. I mean, he gained on 5 seconds, but still 4 seconds off Josh there, which means he's not really gonna have a look. Although if they both crash again, Seth might be able to join the battle or even pass them.
Yeah, if these guys have got a bit of damage on their car, then that could slow them down. And I know Zeif's been in a bit of mischief with Jet on Fire, but if he's carrying less damage, then there could be a chance. You know, if they've lost a bit of top speed, then you know this could change things. There's still 7 minutes to go.
Sorry to interrupt. Kurjan had a crash. Now Assetto 3 coming up to the last turn again.
Oh. Some of these guys are not having a good time at all.
Another crash into the wall at the last turn. It's not looking good for him.
But we do only have
6 minutes 50 seconds left.
So they will be looking to put this one behind them. But for the moment, the guys are pretty well focused. And it's not been as bad as I thought it was going to be. Which
yeah, we expected some big pull-ups. We have seen some pull-up, but not that big.
And we haven't censored it either. So, like, if there has been a bump, we have actually tried to.
Oh, something happened. Something happened.
Sorry, I think he's just caught the inside barrier on the hairpin there, so it's not.
Yeah.
Not too tragic. Is Jet on Fire set his own personal best there, a 2:34.7. Absolutely flying down the straight there.
Oh, Charles going wide. Charles going wide, and he lets the knee through.
Sitting Ren is up into 7th. So he's passed by Vinny as well. That must have happened a while ago now as well, because Vinny's 8 seconds off him. Just some of these guys just wanting to paint the end, but it is still a while. And Lantern just getting into a bit of trouble there. We're just trying to see where that was. Yeah, just the hairpin. So just misjudging that slightly. And we are again focused on the battle for first place.
Yeah, Josh.
These guys are
closing the gap again.
Toe to toe all race.
Yeah, it looks like the Volkswagen has some problems with turning in, because it looks like he goes a bit wider. Meanwhile, Josh can really push the Hyundai into the inside. It might be about the weight distribution on how the Volkswagen is being built, but it looks like Josh has the advantage to the corners.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ben has the advantage at the straights, but not that much.
Yeah, I think Ben's making good use of the Volkswagen and just somehow making it wider through the tighter sections as well, just to hold up Josh a little bit, so that he is able to kind of just stretch the Golf's legs on the sections that he can.
Now look at here, going down to the hairpin. Collins just really wide. Slow down a lot. Josh did not expect that. He's down now within 1 second. He's 8/10 now.
And it looks like we should just have enough time for 2 more laps.
Yeah.
And again, this is just one of these races where absolutely anything could happen at this point. We've already seen the leaders come together.
Now we have our first lap car. Kurjan. Yep, looks like he's gonna be lap, but
and they could catch up with him at a horrible section. And again, with the rules as they are, he technically doesn't have to get out of the way.
Oh, and Ben crashed.
This is going to allow Josh through, but that back marker could play a key role here. Oh,
yeah,
Josh
looks like
through.
Collins had attentive to the wall at the interior, then went wide into the outer wall.
That could still be down.
Josh goes wide again, and Collins as well. What's going on?
I think it could be that he's maybe just carrying a little bit of damage from the heavy contact that he had earlier on, and it's
Yeah.
still affecting him, as he's probably so used to taking that corner nearly full out, full throttle, sorry, and
You just crashed. That's not gonna help.
no, it's alright.
But
I
it
think he was
does
maybe just,
help Collins though.
I think he was just getting himself out the way of Josh, and there's Saif still to get through as well, as he actually looks like he's just a little bit further back.
6 seconds to Collins now.
Yeah.
It looks like this is gonna be the battle for first and second if they don't have a massive crash.
And I know there's probably other stuff happening, maybe wee sort of knocks and bumps, as Lantern has had.
Latin, I think just crashed. Yeah, Latin just crashed.
Yeah,
Crashed now to Sesaon.
and if that's the first sector, yeah, he's back going again. Collins still hanging on to the back of Josh. And super close.
Now then he has close up to the gap as well to his teammate.
And this is just remarkable stuff. It's so tight coming through the hairpin. Keeping that nice and tidy.
They just nailed that hairpin. He was
Absolutely, both of them are nailing it. And it does look like they're both down on time from what they've been running before.
Yeah, last lap, sorry, was a 34.0 for Josh and a 34.0 as well for Ben.
Yeah,
But they're not near their best.
Yeah,
really.
you could see the Golf there just understeering a lot more than it had been. So I think
Yeah.
he is carrying some pretty hefty damage. As Josh
Josh was wide.
really slow. Oh, and Collins, that is
Collins, that is
heartbreaking. He'll be looking at. Oh no, he could have turned.
Careful.
Oh God. As things
That
could have
goes
got
through.
all sort of wrong there for Collins there, as he's just coming back round. Devios just about to lap Kerryon, and Lantern is off again.
This is the last lap, remember?
This is the last lap, so he's in a section all by himself, so that's not going to be any issues there. Josh now, is it fair to say that he'll be relaxed now that he's not got Collins breathing down his neck?
Danny just gone through his teammate. And Dubois seems to be closing on Jet on fire.
That's it, so I don't think Vinny will let that go completely. If he gets a run round turn 2, he'll be trying to make a lunge, or not a lunge, but a precision overtake. But I think he's too far back now. I think, as he just rubs the wall. Obviously not happy with carrying both his door handles. Running a pretty solid race so far.
Meanwhile, Josh now at the front, really calm, should be really calm now that he has widened the gap again to 8-point sets. So it was a really nice battle with Collins. It's just so sad that that happened with Collins.
Really sad. Really unfortunate. It was such a good race. And I think it could have quite easily came down to the line, but again I think that heavy impact has cost Collins just a bit of steering on his car, and it's maybe just made him understeer a bit.
Not expect that much understeer coming from the Volkswagen there.
I'm just keeping up with Josh as he's just making his way round. And this is just him now coming up to the final sectors of the track and coming around the last corner.
Last corner. And
Lantern just pulling out the way. He is wanting his paint end.
To watch us closing in on Jet on fire. Might he have a look? Now the last turn is too far.
Oh, we just had a wee skirt off Josh crossing line. Is Saif crossed in second?
Oh, so close for Dubois. He was almost there on Jet on fire.
Collins in third. Jet on fire. Devios fourth and fifth. Kuntash coming
Coming around now.
round.
And Seth.
And then that was Lantern and Kuyun. And I think that was Ren. And we've just got a few more. This should be Danner coming across the line here. As we're just waiting for Vinny. And Charles still a little bit further behind there.
Charles looks like gonna get some points.
That's it. Well, I think he's making the most of there being some less cars on the track.
Yeah.
But it's definitely helped everyone, as we've just got Dalby, who is just finishing off, as he's just coming around the final corner as well. And there we go, the lone survivor.
Really nice battle for first.
Really nice, really great battle for the first place.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of contact that will be reviewed afterwards by the stewards. There might be some decisions that will be made between the battle that Jetfire had before as well, coming up the uphill, you know?
Yes, I think definitely will be. As things fade out there, and we have...
Thanks for the subscription, Leaf God.
Yeah,
Level 1 subscription.
That's it. So we did say that we would have a wee look at some of the incidents there. If you bear with me 2 seconds, I shall bring up the replay. Charles absolutely delighted with a top 10 finish there. I shall just get into the stream and I'll just pop up the scores there just to hide things while I just get this organised. As we're in, I think that should be the right one.
That was a race. It was.
That was
entertaining,
race, actually,
to say the least.
Right, so we're just popping the replay back up and we'll just have a wee run through. Obviously, turn 2 seems to be pretty hot for action.
Yeah, turn 2 has seen some really big action there. With crashes at the first lap. Then came... Yeah, it looks like Josh just confirmed the championship. Josh might have a gap big enough to settle the championship.
That's it. So where are
25 we? Points for the first. Then it's 20 for second, if I'm correct.
I think you are. So
it looks like he might have settled the championship, and if not, if coming to the last race, he will only need to be P13, P12 just to win it.
Yeah, I was. Now, what lap are we on? I think it was further back with Togopo. I think this could be one of the incidents here.
Yep. Coming down to turn 2. Look around the inside. Does not look like it. Close wall there.
Yeah. It was always turn 2 that there seemed to be problems with.
Yeah. And then to turn 3. Touches the wall.
And I'll have a wee look at what happened with Josh and Ben. Now, I think that was actually really clean. They're both keeping things really tight.
Clean.
And it was the next lap that things went a bit wrong.
Yeah. Look here, going to turn 2, going a bit wide. Looks like he did not break enough At least lift it up. He does lift up and he does brake.
Yeah. Josh keeping the outside line and then hitting the brakes there. As Collins
Yeah,
just,
but just
yeah, they just,
yeah.
com-
Josh was already going for the wall and
yeah.
just Ben just went into him.
Josh really
Just
lucky that the wall was there, that he was able to kind of
yeah,
bounce off it.
yeah. It's so sad for Ben to
Yeah, but
lose.
then to be fair, Josh did wait up for him, and then they were able to kind of allow each other back in as we're on there with Ren, who is I don't know if that was netcode or an actual kind of slide.
Yeah, it was some really good drift there, actually.
Yes, off some stuff. And as we're just following round here now, this is what I wanted to show during the stream, but I couldn't, as we managed to get that all changed there for everyone to see. So if you do want the skin pack for here and you wanted to take some photos, then get in touch and we can make that happen. But I think what the guys will be running through stuff on the chat for the teams at the moment. There will be probably some instance being played there. Josh, if you're listening, certainly come in for an interview, and we'll get you in before the end. In fact, I'll pop you a wee message if you've not already heard.
Congratulations to Charles for a P10. Well done to him, getting some points on the scoreboard.
Absolutely amazing stuff. Oh, and that's Charles is wanting to come in for an interview as well. So yeah, Charles, we'll get you in after Josh. We may have to change chat room for that. So what to do, Charles, if you're listening? Lantern had an absolute nightmare there. It was such a shame. And same with Ben. So unlucky.
Yeah, just bad luck, really. Just wrong
That's it,
place,
so.
wrong time.
Oh, definitely. Now, what was the other battle? It was Zyfe and
It was safe
Jet
and
on
Jet
Fire,
on
wasn't it?
Fire. Yeah, that went really, really downhill. I mean, they were going uphill, but it went downhill in terms of clean.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
Oh, hi,
find.
Josh. Welcome.
Josh, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
How are you feeling? God. Sweaty?
I very, very sweaty. Yeah, I've been sweating the last 2 or 3 hours practicing for this race. Just trying to figure out if I've actually won the title. Drop races mess with my head.
Yeah, if you haven't won the title, you still have a big gap. So you only need to score to get points. Sorry, the next race if you haven't win the championship yet.
Yeah, to my mind, now both me and Ben have had 9 races because we've both had 2 DNSs. The gap's 26.
You just said it. Congratulations.
So is that it? Done and dusty?
Because it's 27. It's Paul in the fastest lap. I don't know if it's over. I don't know if it's over. But I know I got a guaranteed 3rd place, and he's got a guaranteed 7th place. So I don't know how that how that changes anything.
Oh, I think this is sounding all too mathematical genius kind of stuff to work
out. Yeah. But it's within my grasp, even if I haven't got it yet. So I'm happy. I'm very happy.
No, it was an absolutely cracking drive, and what had happened just when it looked like Collins kind of squeezed you into the wall a little bit. It looked to us like a racing incident, and I'm assuming that's kind of what you thought it was. But you slowed down to wait on him as well, which was really, really good sportsmanship.
Yeah, that one. I think it was basically just a classic game of chicken, and no one backed out. The stakes are so high because I went for a move around the outside into 2, and I'm turning. I'm like, he's not backing off. Okay, I'm going to back off. But as I was backing off, no, it's not going. And we both ended up in the wall, and he ended up going through me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think just a game of chicken that no one backed out of.
Yeah, it's
Which, when the stakes are that high, yeah,
Yeah, you look like you had the advantage going up the hill and the corners there compared to oh sorry.
Ben.
Gosh, just too much action really.
Yeah, I sort of noticed that through the race. I'm like, come on, because he kept getting a really, really good line out, a really good run out of Melco hairpin. So
Yeah.
as soon as that happened, I'm screwed. I couldn't get anywhere near it. But halfway through the race, that's when I started to get the idea and get the line that put me within reach.
yeah. Yeah, we definitely saw it. It was just amazing watching how hard both of you were racing there, and it was so unfortunate that that Ben ran wide and caught the wall at the end.
Yeah, I noticed. I saw that in my mirrors.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
was both gutted for him and kind of hoping, come on, P5, P5, P5. Because I had in my head, it needs to be P5 and I got the title, definitely.
oh right, okay, that
But,
was it's
but
sounding
P,
all a bit like what was it 2008 with Hamilton there? Could that happen
yeah,
next week?
yeah. To be fair, my whole sort of title campaigns thing, I'm kind of thinking, because I hadn't won since Brands, and I'm thinking in my head, I feel like Jensen Button here in 2009.
Yeah,
Because he stopped winning after Monaco. And, so and he's just sort of hanging on to it. And
yeah.
I'm kind of feeling the same way. But
I was watching the race though. It was actually a lot cleaner than what we thought it was going to be. I think we all,
Yeah.
We expected a bigger pile up really.
yeah,
Well, we had a pile up.
I heard about a pile up on the first lap. I have to watch that back later
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
But past that,
turn two had a massive pile up, and not all the grid, but from P12, P13 down towards last,
okay,
they
so
were
there's not too many
involved.
coming. Yeah.
yeah. There's five that I've got written down, and there was a an on track, just going through a tight section. But I think it was hard to tell who was at fault. But I'll not say anything else about it here. We can just if one of them reports it, then I'll let you deal with it. But generally, it was all really good. Are you looking forward to North Life next week?
Yes. I was kind of hoping it was more just a fun race by that point, but I mean, to be fair, it might as well be. I've just got to score apparently a point or something like that. But yeah, really looking forward to it.
The thing is, though, anything can happen in these races.
Yeah. It's been such a good season.
We had our ups and downs, but really the last few races have been amazing.
Yeah, the last few have been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
There's been a huge improvement. I'm glad there's been such a huge improvement before coming into this, because otherwise, I think I would be sitting here watching it through my fingers.
Yeah, I think that the last few races that I've been in have been, I would say, some of the best, some of the most fun I've ever had racing. And Macau today just tops it off. Like, I never thought I'd ever be able to find a group of people with whom I could race cleanly and equally on a street track as tight as Macau. So that was that.
It's like I said to you, it's a brave choice. But fair play to you for doing it. It's a test for everyone. That's trying to. They obviously want to keep on improving, and it goes to show that you can do this. So the question is, are you going to use bigger cars with a tighter track for the next season?
Just to punish them even more. I mean, to be fair, it was my idea to stick lawnmowers around Race of Champions, so there's nothing I won't do.
Oh, you're
There's
a
nothing I won't make
cruel
force people
man. Well, Josh, I'll let you get back on with it. We're going to grab Charles for a wee quick word with him as well, as he
Wonderful.
was fighting hard with Rail Driver for his position, but he doesn't think that he's got it yet. But congratulations on the win today. Obviously, good luck for next week, and
Thank you.
obviously as well, congratulations on the Constructors Championship.
Yeah, I sort of figured that out yesterday. Wait a minute, I've won it. We've won the constructors. So I celebrated a bit, and then,
Made a skin.
yes, yeah. You did download it, didn't you? What did you think?
Yeah,
We
we've
have.
already we had a look just to show how. I can't
Show
remember
off
what
the
choice words I
top.
used.
I'll have to watch that back and maybe send you a couple of DMs about that.
Perfect. Right, Josh. I'll catch you later on. Oh, we've got Charles that's joined us here as well.
Charles,
Obviously.
congratulations on points.
Cheers.
Cheers, Josh.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Sorry, Charles.
Yeah.
Just talking over you there. How do you feel it went today?
It went amazing. I expected I was like maybe P13, P14, but to be actually fighting in the midfield for P7 for 20 minutes almost feels amazing.
Fantastic. The car felt pretty good today.
I mean, it's still, still Macau, so the car really can't feel great. But I think all the training that I did last week, it's basically everything I did when I was on my computer, really paid off. I was very good on the pace.
Awesome. And the new wheel, is it now starting to feel like you're in control of the car now?
Definitely. Also, learning tracks is way easier because you get way more feedback than on the gamepad. So I think on the gamepad for a pace like that, I would have maybe put in 3 times the amount of hours that I put into this one.
Well, you're definitely showing a level of commitment to the league races, and hopefully after this season and going into the next one, it will definitely start to pay off as well. As the theory is, you're now throwing more money at sim racing, so you've got to go faster.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I decided that after a few months this is what I want to do for the next time, for the next few years, maybe in most of my free time. So I don't really see it as money spent. It's more like money invested. And I mean, if I spend a lot of time on my computer, I can really see why I spent this much on all the hardware.
That's it. That's a beautiful advert for anyone that is watching this that hasn't got into sim racing yet. Just listen to what Charles said there. It's not spending money, it's an investment in a hobby. Sign me up for all the Fanatec stuff right now.
I mean, at the rate I'm going, I will one day probably get Fanatec stuff, but for now, I think I'm very fine with what I have.
Yeah, I think everyone's kind of, well, everyone hits a level, and then you do wonder if it makes a massive difference. But then if you start getting really competitive, you're looking for that extra sort of like tenth of a second. You could spend a fortune. Look how much Formula One teams spend on like just etching that just a little bit more out of a car.
Yeah, I mean, the cheap wheel you can go probably 99% as fast as with like a direct drive setup.
That's it. That's it. But then that extra
I
bit.
mean, yeah, and
That extra
direct
bit
drive
doesn't
probably
really
is way
help.
more fun.
Ah, see, that's another selling point. So you're going to get employed by somebody.
Yeah, if Fanatec or Thrustmaster, I wouldn't complain about it.
So
For
how?
the win.
Oh, sorry,
Oh yeah, sorry.
Jan. Carry
Oh.
on. Carry on. You carry on. I've been speaking
Yeah,
too
okay.
much.
Yeah, so I think we might hear about Haas looking for you, really. With Port Urgent Energy. I mean, yeah, I'm waiting for the Fuck Mash Me Door, waiting for the call, really, for you.
I mean, the thing is, I've definitely decided that until the end of the year, I want to actually get some and printed energy cans with poor energy on it. I just need to find the right design. But yeah, until like before 2021, I will have them.
Perfect. Are you racing tomorrow in the AF2?
Yes, LMP1. I'm
Oh,
also very excited about that one. I mean, last time at Silverstone went very well. I mean, getting some good overtakes and good strategy. So I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Well, you've given me the fear now because I'm taking part in that tomorrow, and yeah, I just don't feel fully prepared. But yeah, I think I'll practice a bit tomorrow, and fingers crossed that'll be enough, and that I can just keep it in between the lines.
Yeah, if you want some free lap time, if you go wide, I think it's turn 3. Heavy braking zone. There's a few tire walls. You have to zigzag around them, and you're basically at the last turn. The
Oh.
lap won't count, but I mean, you threw it very fast.
I will. Hopefully, whoever's doing the stream tomorrow can keep an eye on your
Yeah.
what you're up to.
Yeah. I mean, at VIR, it was possible to do a 10-second lap by basically doing rallycross in these AF3 cars.
Oh God.
So,
Well, hopefully that won't happen. But
I mean,
Ju-
a rallycross championship could be interesting.
well, I think there are tracks out there, and there's definitely cars. So you know, it's not without the realms of possibility. I'm just wondering if at some point they'll bite the bullet and do an Assetto Corsa Competizione. Maybe do run teams with driver changes, but we'll see.
Yeah.
It's
If they add that, I will probably buy it. Until now, I'm done with
yeah.
the AFC AC.
But I think the thing with AC is it's such an accessible game for everyone as well, where there's so many mods, there's so much content, and it's people are still spending a lot of time on it. So it's absolutely fantastic. As one of my friends, my friend who made some of the skin today, put it as it's a game of the people.
Yeah,
And
sure. I mean, there's no game out there with this level of modding for sim racing.
And just if, sorry, I'm just running a replay just as we're talking as well. And for anybody that's watching, just after my reference to the wrong pronunciation last week is Macau with a Highland cow. So, guys, I don't know about you, but I'm going to have to go and get my breath back. And
Yeah, I need a shower. My
Yeah.
God, just
I need a drink now.
Perfect, Charles. Thanks very much for joining us for the interview there.
yeah.
Yeah,
Jan,
thanks for having me.
no, it's no problem at all. Jan, have you got anything left to say?
Good racing we saw. Quite a few mistakes, but I think it was a race that we can look after and say, yes, this was a good race, really.
Perfect.
Apart from that, just
And I don't
thank
think
you.
I don't think I could have said that better myself. Thank you very
Yeah.
much for all tuning in. We'll be back
Thank
with
you
you
all.
for the last race of the season at Notchlife, and then after that, we'll see what happens with the F3. Thank you all for tuning in. This has
Join
been
the
Jan,
Discord down below.
and this is Tommy Ball, bouncing off.